Have you grabbed your F4WOnline.com shirt yet? Well, we got a bunch of them. They're up in the store right now. F4WOnline.com/shirts. You can grab your -5 stars shirt, your Dave Meltzer Wrestling Observer shirts, even the brand new After Dark Radio shirt. You love Granny? We have Granny's Gang shirts. Have you ever won a shoot battle royal? Probably not, but you can tell people you did. So check out the store. All of these great shirts and more. It's through Pro Wrestling Tees. F4WOnline.com/shirts. That's F4WOnline.com/shirts. What's going on with WWE lately? We got a lot of injuries and we got a lot of production errors.
Yeah.
What's happening?
I don't know. I mean, injuries, they happen in wrestling all the time. Just so happens.
I know, but we've had 3. Well, so last week, Dakota Kai got drop-kicked in the next week. She is now in concussion protocol. I don't know if she's going to make the Royal Rumble, but she got messed up pretty bad on that spot. And actually worked the entire rest of the match. So, we were talking about it last week, like, how did they not stop that match? Why did they let her continue? And the question remains, why didn't they stop that match? Why did they let her continue? She was concussed. It looked like it when it happened.
It is one of those things that, in theory, you're supposed to, and rarely does that happen. I mean, it doesn't matter the promotion, whether it's New Japan, WWE, or AEW. When someone gets a concussion, it is very rare that they stop the match. I mean, we've seen, bad ones, worse than this in Japan, I think. But you should. They don't. They say they should, and they don't. And I think if it's overt where someone is really knocked loopy, they would. For a long period of time, like they're struggling around, like we've seen some matches with people like that. But when they get up, it's like JD tonight. It's like he got up. I mean, that was a really bad bump he took. But he got up and he continued the match. And, that's part of being a tough guy in wrestling. And it's like, it's hard, it's hard. It's like what you should do and what you do are two totally different things. Everybody wants to put on the best show possible, and they don't want to make that choice because, it's a tough choice to make. On occasion, it's done. I mean, essentially, it's the referee's job, and I don't think the referees want the heat. So, I think the deal is that, you have to have a doctor back there watching with authority to do it. Which I think they probably have, but the doctors, for the same reason, don't want to make the choice, don't want to make the call. They're not sure. You're not sure. You kind of let it go. If they walk around and they seem like they're okay, they keep it going. Yes, it's a mistake, without a doubt. But, it's a tough thing to change that culture. And, look, we have people bringing back chair shots to the head. It's not, you know what I mean? It's like, it's tough to change the culture.
Well, the JD won. He did a moonsault to the outside in the match with the War Raiders. And he landed on the ground, and his feet were in front of him, and so he stumbled backwards. Actually, he landed and hit the edge of the announce table. And his head just snapped back.
Yeah, it was a really scary one.
And actually, when it first happened, the camera missed it. So there's another production error. So they missed the shot completely, but they did immediately have a replay.
You know that I was watching on SmackDown when Apollo Crews got the win over I think it was Johnny Gargano, right? They missed the pin.
There have been a lot of that. So anyway,
it happens across the board.
He hits the table and his neck snaps back and he goes down. And this is another one. It's like they let the match continue, but Michael Cole at ringside, like he's frantically saying, I'm not kidding. Seriously, get somebody out here to check on this guy. He might have broken his neck here. Like, he was really worried. And so, the referee, he gets the word. He goes outside, and JD says he's fine. And so the referee lets him continue, and he manages
you're always going to say you're fine. It's like You know, I mean, because guys have drive. You know, they're unless they're scared to death. You know, they're going to say that they're fine. You know, look, we've seen fighters fight where they can't see, and they'll tell you afterwards, I couldn't see, but when they ask, can you see, they lie.
Well, he gets back on the apron and he keeps working, but I mean, it's not like he was stumbling around. But you could see this guy was hurting, and he was moving slow, and he was getting through stuff, but you could tell he was hurting bad. And then they did another spot where Eric went for a full Nelson into a knee to the back of the head, and it looked like he just smashed this dude in the back of the head. They showed a replay in slow motion, and now this guy slows down even more, and so they finish the match, and he disappears, and he heads to the back, goes through the curtain, and he's down. And they checked on him. They took him to the hospital. I don't have an update tonight, but he was hospitalized. And what I did hear was that they actually, and I guess we'll find out, but they didn't think it was his head and neck, but they were very concerned about his ribs. Thanks for checking out this video. Don't forget, like and subscribe.